In this video, we'll discuss how to convert between standard and scientific notation. Scientific notation is a method for writing very large or very small numbers. If you look at these examples, standard notation, you have huge numbers, or in this case, a very small number. And our format for scientific notation is a number times 10 to the power of something. The format, you have a coefficient times 10 and then an exponent. You have to write it digit, decimal, digits. Now sometimes you don't have a digit after the decimal, and sometimes you have more than one digit after the decimal. It just depends on your significant figures. When you're converting from standard to scientific notation, all you do is move the decimal point. And the decimal point would be at the end of the number. If you don't have a decimal point, you can just put one there. We want to move the decimal point so we get that format of digit, decimal, and then maybe digits afterwards, but one digit and then a decimal. In this case, to do that, we have to move the decimal 1, 2, 3 spots. So we write our scientific notation like this, 2.3 times 10 to the third. It's 10 to the third because we moved the decimal 3 places. Now what if it's a number smaller than 1? Same thing, we need our decimal to be moved in a position where it's one digit and then the decimal place. So in this case, we have to move the decimal 1, 2 spots. So our scientific notation would say 4.51 times 10 to the negative 2. Notice that we moved the decimal places twice. We'd move the decimal twice. So our exponent is 2, negative 2. Why is it negative 2? Because this number is less than 1. Numbers that are greater than 1, like this, have a positive exponent. Numbers that are smaller than 1 have a negative exponent. If you're going from scientific to standard notation, you have to kind of think about it the same way. We have an exponent. It's a positive exponent, so if it has a positive exponent, that means your number will be greater than 1. So which way do we move the decimal? Well, we need this number to be greater than 1, right? So we're going to move it to the right. We moved it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots, right? That's what we're supposed to do, 5. So we moved it 5 spots, so we get this number. We get 812,000. But if you have a number with a negative exponent, remember your standard notation has to be less than 1. It needs to be less than 1. So which direction will we move the decimal? We need to move the decimal left, so our number will be less than 1. Since we have a negative 2, we're going to move it 1, 2 spots.